So this video might be a little bit direct or confronting or uncomfortable, right? But if you're open to that, if you want to grow, if you want to kind of get out of some old habits that you're in, then maybe you can open up a little bit and listen to this. So this is from the experience within this body, how it felt to me. And sometimes it is like almost like an addiction, right? This might be a little bit of a strong word, but perhaps you can relate to that, right? It felt like an addiction to past experiences, right? And this can be anything, right? This doesn't mean that I'm addicted to my traumatic stories, that I'm addicted to the good experiences, the successful experiences, the joyous, the love, none of that. It doesn't matter whether we want to label that experience as in good or bad, right? We're so quick with that. But it is that addiction to going back to a past experience. So if we pick something rather neutral that kept showing up for me a lot, there's a particular Indian restaurant that I love. And I would go there and I would order the exact same meal again and again and again. I wouldn't try the other meals. Why is this? Why do we do those kind of things? Right. Perhaps for you it is going to a certain class that you really enjoyed. You don't enjoy it so much now, but you keep going back to the same class. You keep hanging out with the same kind of people. You're still at the same kind of job that you really love, but you don't love now. You keep going back for the same. And intuitively within you, you know it is actually no longer the same right now. But you go back to that past, to that original, that first experience that you actually enjoyed, that was good, and you almost like overlay it with what is actually happening now. You're not really experiencing, like, if I go back to that meal, I'm not really fully experiencing the taste and the flavors and the textures of the food that I'm eating in this very moment. Instead, what is your mind doing? It's going back, comparing to what it tasted like last time, right? Does your mind do that? Right? This is our human addiction to constantly going back. It rips us out of this experience, the richness of this experience that we could have in this moment. And it also often in terms of friendships, careers and hobbies and things like that, right? If we take the more sticky, I used to like to call them sticky, right? You can call this whatever word you want, you know. With meals, it's very basic, it's very simple, that we have things that we like better than others that we dislike. But this is kind of, I wouldn't call that sticky, right? But when it comes to being still in a job that you no longer enjoy, but you're still there, hanging out with that group of friends that you always dread, like going, there's this resistance there energetically, you just know, or that gym class, you know, you just really don't want to go. And you're giving yourself this pep talk, and you keep telling yourself, oh, this is just life, you know, you just got to get with it, you know, other people don't have this kind of issues, it must be still all this trauma stuff, I need to do some more healing, I need to work on myself a little more, you know, there's got to be something really wrong with me, right? This is the mind chatter that keeps going on and gets us so engaged, and we just keep like almost being on this wheel, being addicted to going back. It is because emotionally and energetically, it is full on, right? It is full on, it is intense, and it's not enjoyable. Well, it was not for me, right? And I'm talking in regard to those situations where we push ourselves, we force ourselves, we make it happen anyway, right? And we're blaming ourselves for how we feel about this experience, rather than really listening to that into, hey, I don't actually feel like going out for dinner with these guys today. Okay, let me cancel this. could you allow yourself to cancel this and not feel guilty and not feel like, oh, you're letting other people down, or the kind of stories. We keep going into stories. We keep ignoring our inner wisdom there, right? That, yeah, I have no other word than intuitive knowing, right? There's a knowingness, there's a sense that something's not right and I'm meant to do something different. And when you're very, very honest with yourself, you know exactly what it is. You keep telling everyone else, right? Oh, I don't know, if I quit this job, what else would I do? You know exactly what to do. Be honest. Be really honest. You know. But you let the mind keep creating those stories, or we don't let the mind create it. We actually, we have no, no power over this. Those thoughts come up. But we have a choice. We can get fully entangled on this. We can jump on them and we can get involved in that story, and we get really immersed in that. Or I can just stand back and I say, oh, here is that old story again, that I'm letting other people down if I don't show up for this, right? Can I, oh yes, no thank you, and come back, right, to that knowing what you're meant to do right now, doing and listening to that from that place. It's an invitation. one for myself, a reminder for myself, and for whoever needs to hear it, there to just open up on this a little bit, and I don't know the right word, to just, yeah, it's an allowing, it's an opening up. To me, this feels like an opening up versus the other. When I force myself, it's a very tense, right? I have to hold myself together to keep doing that, right? But when we're listening to our inner knowing, it's so spacious, so much more freeing, and that's so my wish for you. Okay, I'll leave it there.